Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Sorry it's been a while. I know I've been kind of MIA for the last several months. I've got another few videos that I've been working on, but really I kind of came to this place where deadlines for my actual work, the drawing, the making the art, kind of butted up against the production of making tightly edited and scripted videos. So I really want to try something, I don't know, I want to try something different. I was really inspired by the kind of studio and convention vlogs of some other YouTubers, especially Juliana Doodles. That's my dog. Why is my dog barking? I just took her for a walk and we're already freaking out, I thought, let's try something a little more casual, a little more just behind the scenes, and also something a little more timely. I want to be able to talk about things that are coming up like in the near future. So right now it's the middle of January 2025. Right now I'm working on 3 shirt designs for the launch of Dark Matter, which is my clothing brand. And then I'm also going to be doing a refresh of the Gundam maintenance screen print that I did, a few years back. It's one of those things where I try not to redraw stuff that I've done over and over again. I know it's a really bad habit, but after 5 years, the poster is still like probably my most popular poster. And I have to see it all the time. I have to look at it all the time. So there's some things that I'm going to let myself fix. I'm going to let myself adjust. It's not broken. It's not wrong. I want it to be a little better, And I've got convention season coming up. I'm going to be doing kind of a lot of cons this year, which on one hand I'm super excited about because I love going to shows. I love seeing y'all. I love seeing my friends and my peers. But on the other hand, it is, that's just more time and more work. So I've got to finish these 3 shirts and the screen print by the end of January. I also have to finish inking Dreamhouse, which thankfully I've only got about 20 pages left to ink. I have been busy over the last several months finishing pencils and then inking. I've inked over half. I've inked about 60 pages. So it's coming along, not as fast as I want, but that's kind of my life story, I want things to happen at the speed of my enthusiasm, and that's just not what being a professional artist is. I'm already so excited about God Hand. I am champing at the bit. Champing at the bit. At the bit. But you gotta finish, It doesn't count for anything unless you finish. Gotta finish Dreamhouse, gotta color it, and then I'm gonna have it lettered and do a Kickstarter probably in May. It's looking like I'll be doing a Kickstarter in May. I'm trying out a few new conventions this year. I'm going to be at MegaCon in Orlando in February. It's my first time doing a show in Florida. It's my first MegaCon, obviously. I'm super curious. I hear it's a huge show. I hear a lot of good stuff about it. I feel a bit nervous going to a big show that I've never done before. But I'm also really excited. I love doing conventions, and I love kind of competing with myself, Like, I don't want to make it sound like it's all about the money, but I love going to a show and beating an old record. Like, I love the high of victory is what it really feels like. Like, when I played basketball in high school, I was not good. My little brother, who's 2.5 years younger than me, absolutely trounced me my senior year in high school. He is incredible. I'm pretty big. I'm like 6'3". He's 6'5", 6'6", and he's faster than me and stronger than me and more athletic in every way. And he could dunk. But all that to say, like, when you're playing sports and you have a good game, like you beat your career best in points or whatever. Whenever you're deadlifting, I like deadlifting, right? Whenever I hit a personal best with deadlifting. I'm like, yeah, dude. It feels good. And that's what it's like when you go to a convention, you have a really great show. It feels good. It feels like, yes, I'm good at what I do. I'm not a faker, not a fraud. No matter what my brain tells me, late at night on a Tuesday when you're feeling weird and kind of sick, like you're not a fraud. You're not a faker. You're cool. Your mom's right. You are cool. You're cool. I'm talking to me and you. So yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited for the opportunity to take a big swing and to hopefully potentially have a great show. And I'll let you know. I'll try to do a vlog for that con. But let's see what else. I'm doing Emerald City, which is one of my favorites. I adore Emerald City. I adore Seattle. I'm going to be hosting a new creator breakfast at Emerald City. Then I'm going to be doing AwesomeCon in Washington, D.C. Holding up two fingers. That's the third one of the year. Then I'm doing C2E2 the very next weekend because I'm a maniac. And I also will be doing a new creator breakfast at C2E2. And I'll be doing some programming with WeCreate at both AwesomeCon and C2E2. So if you are a inexperienced creator, if you've not tabled at a big convention before, me, Erica Henderson, Tracy Ching, and Dolly will be doing portfolio reviews. We'll be doing table reviews, and we're at C2E2. ReadPop gave us the opportunity to host basically like an on-site tabling workshop where you sign up for the form, and if you're chosen, you come out to the con for one day. We help you set up. We go over your table display. We kind of are there to be like on-site coaches, so you can try actually exhibiting at a massive show like C2E2, and we might actually be able to get to do it at AwesomeCon as well. So if that sounds exciting to you, if you want to hear kind of like our thoughts on tabling at conventions, I'm always excited to get to do programming that helps young artists and creators, especially like in a way that I could have really used 10 years ago when I was starting out. I would love for y'all to be able to avoid some of the mistakes that I made, or at least just get a little bit quicker start. So, yeah, that's what's going on right now. And with all that said, let's take a look at some t-shirts, So this is actually my second attempt at this Raven design. I drew a complete drawing, inked it and everything, and I was really happy with the big raven in the front that's holding the key. I ended up adding kind of one too many visual elements, and I also wasn't entirely happy with how the inks turned out. So you can see I just turned on a layer real quick back there with that wing poking out on the right hand side, and that just felt kind of like too busy. It muddied the waters too much. Once I cleaned that design up and decided to re-ink it, obviously I had to redraw most of the smaller raven in the background. I was a lot happier with the composition. It actually read as two ravens instead of kind of a forest fire of feathers, just a whole bunch of black, which there is something kind of nice when a piece is real textural like that, but it was a little too much noise and maybe not quite enough signal, for me at least. I'm a lot happier with this go around.
So I'm using a brush to ink the thickest outlines on this piece. If there's a big pronounced edge, I'm gonna typically use a brush. With so much hatching going on, doing the whole thing in brush would be, definitely not impossible. A better inker than me could certainly do it. But it is slower, for sure, and it's just a little less accurate. When you're inking with a brush, the brush is doing a lot of the inking. So I just used a little lighter to burn the dip pen's tip. I don't know if this is a real thing or if it's a bit psychosomatic, but I saw a few manga creators do this. Apparently it burns the oils from your hands and old ink off the tip of the pen and gives you a smoother line. And I certainly feel like it does give you a smoother line. To what degree that's real and what degree that's in my mind, who knows? So with this dip pen, I'm using a pool nib or a scoop nib that it holds a lot more ink than a G nib, and it's also not quite as sharp. Like, I find that with a G nib, I feel like I'm almost cutting the page as I'm dragging the line, and it just didn't feel good tactilely. This kind of more scoop style nib, it feels smoother for me. I don't like there to be a lot of friction when I'm inking. I kind of taught myself to ink with a brush, which is one of the most frictionless ways to ink. And so I kind of am always chasing that. I want something that feels smooth. I want it to feel smooth and look smooth, but almost more than look, I want it to feel smooth. I want it to be a pleasant tactile experience. Inking is really probably my favorite part of the process, just in terms of the joy of actually doing it. It's the part of drawing that is, it's the most fun. And when I say fun, it's not like fun like a video game. It's like fun going on a nice walk. It's fun slowly falling to sleep. It's a meditative kind of fun. It's gratifying. Hello. So you may notice that it is in fact not a day or two later.
Folks, if you're not familiar with how we load up our airplanes, we board up in 3 main groups.
Alright, I'm gonna try this again. So yeah, it is not a day or two later. It is in fact 2 weeks later. I definitely did get the flu, and then had some sick kids, and then had a sick wife. And now I'm getting on a plane for, what con is it? What con am I going to? I'm going to Orlando for MegaCon. Yeah, so, I guess this is a convention vlog now. I'll see y'all in a bit. Alright, so it is the end of the day on Thursday, MegaCon. Very tired, but it's been a pretty good day overall. Got to say hi to some people I haven't seen in a while, had some decent sales, so yeah, I'm feeling okay about things. It's weird that the show is open from 4 p.m. till 9 p.m. It's almost 9 o'clock, and I don't know. I always feel weird leaving early. I don't like leaving early. I just feel weird. I don't know. You hear people say like, "Oh, I stopped by your booth, but you weren't there," and that
stinks. You know, I don't want that to be people's experience. So I like to stick it out to the end because I am a masochist, and you know, here I am. Not really a ton going on. Just kind of hanging out, hanging with my buddy Richard. That's about it. Yeah, check in tomorrow, see how things are going. This is a day in the glamorous life of a comic artist. I'm staying at a condo with some friends, which is very nice, but it is also about probably a mile from the convention center. It is a bit of a circuitous walk. I'm walking at night, and it's hot. And I got a headache. And I'm trying to have a good attitude about things. But what I really want, I want a nice ice cold Coke Zero. Ice cold. I want to zone out and play Shin Megami Tensei 3 Nocturne. Hopefully I'll be back to the condo in like maybe 15 minutes. Gonna keep that good attitude up. Can-do attitude, you know, no crocodiles, or alligators rather, I guess. It's Florida, so gators, right? Gatorland, that's what they got out here. No alligators. You know, it's like big money, no whammies, good attitude, no gators. Good attitude, no gators. Can't lose. All right, I love you, bye. All right. I'm almost to the condo. The thing I forgot to say earlier is that I have to pee so bad. That's an ADHD thing. You know, you get wrapped up in what you're doing, and you don't even notice what your own body is telling you. And so here I am. Been walking for about 30 minutes, 25 minutes, and I gotta pee so bad. And I didn't get eaten by an alligator, nor even attacked by one. You know, good attitude, no gators, can't lose. Okay, well, that's it. Love you. Bye. Ooh, hello. So, you might notice that it is not a few minutes later, and in fact is about a week later. I pretty much got sick like right after, no, it's 2 weeks later. I got sick like right after filming that last clip, and I laid down and woke up like 2 days later. After I got better, my wife was sick, and then she got better and had a business trip, and then I went to MegaCon. So yeah, MegaCon Orlando, my first time. It was a really fun show. I liked it a lot. Orlando's fun. I think I'm gonna probably try it again. Yeah, I did okay. I don't know how much y'all want to talk about numbers, if that's a thing, if that's gauche. Is that gauche? I don't know. So I was kind of hoping that I could go to this show, this is a very big show, and do like maybe $5,000 or $6,000 in revenue, and I didn't. It was closer to 3,500. So I mean that's still fine. It's still good. I still made some good profit, and could justify leaving home and not being with my family for the better part of a week. It's one of those things where it's like I feel like it could grow into a really great show for me. So I'm gonna see if I can do it again next year. And it's just been nonstop. It's been a weird time. I feel like it's been a weird time since October or November, kind of for a lot of reasons. But it's been a weird time personally, just because all the holidays. Then it's just been a crazy season of everyone kind of being sick. We passed the flu around for a bit, and my wife got COVID. Me and the girls didn't get it, which that was nice. It was good. So I'm about a month behind where I really want and need to be, which is not great. It's not cool. I don't love that. I really am kind of scraping together every spare minute I can to get some t-shirts done for the Dark Matter launch. I've got 3 designs that I'm working on, and hopefully will be done by the time this video goes out. Then I've got to do a couple screen prints for the convention season, and honestly, conventions are something like half of my annual income right now, and so I have to be making new stuff for them just because I have to pay for my life, and then I need to ink the last chapter of Dream House just kind of as fast as I can. Yeah, got a lot going on, and then I've got a few more cons coming up. I've got Awesome Con in Washington, D.C., which I haven't done in years and years. So if you're in the D.C. area, why don't you come to the show, say hi. I really like D.C. I'd like to see people there. I hope it's a good show. But Awesome Con's having me out as a guest, so I'm excited to do that. I'm going to be actually doing some portfolio reviews and table reviews with Tracy Ching. We're doing as part of the We Create program. So if you want to have me look at your portfolio, if you want to have me look at your con table setup and give you my honest, critical feedback, let me know. There's just going to be a link down in the description. I'm also going to be doing that at C2E2 the very next weekend, because I'm a maniac. And I'm also doing a new creator breakfast, which is something that I do at a lot of the bigger Read Pop shows. Like I do it at Emerald City, C2E2 in New York. It's a really great time. I line up a guest editor and generally invite around 8 new creators and get to talk to the editor, ask questions of the group, ask questions of me, or sometimes I'll have another professional there. We'll see. I haven't 100% solidified the C2E2 breakfast, but we'll figure it out. If you want to have a nice little breakfast and talk to your peers, meet some editors, meet another pro or two, and so I hope a bunch of people apply, and I'm super excited to see everyone there. What else is going on? I don't know. Too much is going on. A lot's going on. I'm going to be dropping my official Godzilla screen print that I did with Nakatomi and Toho, which I've got copies back here. This was really fun. It's based off the original 1954 Godzilla film. Me and a few other artists, Tim Doyle, Tracy Ching, and a few others, got to do our interpretation of Godzilla from the original film. I really like Godzilla and like drawing Godzilla, so I'm hoping those do well so I can do more Godzilla stuff. This little vlog, normally I feel like I'm going to try to keep these vlogs to about a week, and this covers like almost a month, just because so much has been going on. You know, getting shirts ready, getting screen prints ready, working on this comic. Oh, and you know, I'm organizing a comic art festival here in Oklahoma City for this September. So if you're in or around Oklahoma City, you should come out. You should come out to the Oklahoma Comic Art Festival. We're going to be doing it September 13th, and I'm super excited. So thank you so much for watching. Please drop a comment below. I'd love to hear what you think of this kind of more casual format. I'm hoping this is something that I can do, you know, like close to weekly. And I know that I love when other creators put out things that are kind of like a little more day in the life or week in the life type thing. Yeah, I'd love to hear your feedback. If you're not subscribed, please, give me a little subscribe. I don't know if it means anything, but it makes me feel good. It gives me a little hit of dopamine, and Lord knows I could use it. I love you. Goodbye.